go. Grounded Talk episode 2.
Let's go, episode 2.
Let's go.
We had a few technical difficulties, but we're here, episode 2.
Yes, I episode 2, and we have a lot of patience. I appreciate Armchair Tuna for being so understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so, in this episode, we will be talking about builds, but not just any builds. We're going to be talking about your builds.
So, your builds, we asked a poll through all of our channels to see what type of builds you wanted, and we have came up with around three builds for both of us. Well, between the both of us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was a hard decision. But
Oh
we
yeah.
basically did the best we could, and we tested each build under certain circumstances. And these are going to be the top builds that we're going to talk about. So, Armchair, would you like to kick us off?
All right. So the first build I got is a healing barbarian build from Jake Plays. He also, we should really credit him because he helped us a lot with this episode of Grounded Talk.
Oh, yeah.
But starting off for the weapon in the shield of the build is going to be the Salt Morningstar and the Fire Ant shield. And
Nice.
for the armor is going to be full Ladybug armor, just for the extra healing and all that. And for the trinket, it's going to be the Entomologist badge for a little bit extra damage. But
Oh,
moving on to the perks is going to be Barbarian, Meat Shield, Spicy Safety, yeah, Coup de Grace, and Corporate Kickback.
nice.
And all those really synergize well together because, let's see, the Barbarian and Entomologist badge, they really help out with the Salt Morningstar with the shield nerf and damage wise. In the shield, it works really well for defense because normally barbarian builds you can't really block, which is the main reason
Yeah,
why not many people run them. But with this build,
right.
you actually can, so you do get a little bit more defense out of it.
Nice. Okay.
And then yeah, combined with the ladybug armor, I believe one of its bonuses is that you have a chance to heal when blocking. So
Okay.
that does work really well with it, and also the increased healing with this movie rework is also really well.
Okay.
But
So,
alright,
from damage to healing ratio, how would you say that how much damage were you actually dealing over time?
quite a decent amount. I wouldn't
Okay.
say like a high amount, just because the shield's kind of weighing down the damage a little bit, and also it's only a one-handed weapon, but it was still doing a
Mhm.
decent amount. Along with
Okay.
the extra damage from the bleeding effect from the Morningstar, that was pretty good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It has been buffed up and is quite a weapon to use.
Oh
What's
yeah.
the I forget. What's the chances of applying bleed from the Assault Morningstar?
Oh,
I
I think
think
it's guaranteed on every third hit of your
every
combo.
third hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely amazing. I'm definitely gonna have to incorporate the Salt Morningstar in some of my builds.
Oh yeah, it's a very
Okay,
solid weapon.
that that's a solid start. That is a great build. Oh man. That is definitely a
Oh,
solid start. Yeah. In addition, we had, Jake, he definitely helps us out. He's our little informant, and he goes above and beyond to make sure that these builds that we are bringing to you is, top notch.
oh
So,
yeah.
again, shout out to him. We wouldn't have been able to make this video without your help. So, thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
all thanks to
right.
him.
So, let's get on to my build. So this one is by
Alright.
Bay the Blade 66. I call this the crowd killer, mostly because we're going to use the Sour Battle Axe and the full set of Widow armor. Now, with the newest update, it has just been an absolute crowd killer. Like I said, it just shreds And no matter how many times that I was able to actually like take damage, it felt like every single time I got hit, I healed. I got hit, I healed. And it was just like slash, slash, slash,
Yeah.
like just continuously. It was crazy. I was like I was like almost immune to damage because of how often I was healing over time. Now, the only stipulation, probably a nitpick, would be the amount of damage that you're going to receive because black, it's not like heavy armor or medium, right? It's not medium
Yeah.
armor, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
it's light
light
armor.
armor.
Yeah, so because of that, I wouldn't recommend using this build going against like a single boss, such as the Mantis. Mostly because it does take a while for you to, regenerate health as fast as you normally would against, a crowd of numbers.
Yeah.
So, the perks so according to Bay the Blade, we used Chopper, Coup de Grace, Trapper Peeper, Corporate Kickback, and he said Nitro Explorer, but I ended up switching that out for a different, for like Buff Lungs, I believe.
All right.
And yeah, all of that, accustomed to Thor's Pendant, I was just able to deal a little bit more damage, and with the Sour Battle Axe, even with the nerf, I was able to continuously just slash away. Now, I feel like for any good DPS build, having Coup de Grace and Trapper Peeper, those two are going to be the main mutations you're going to want to use. So I thought, just overall, I mean, if I had to rate this build, it was definitely like a solid 9, solid 9. It was fun. It was almost unstoppable, and it was just a great build all around.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely amazing. Right, so the next build that we have to feature for you guys, Armchair, take it away.
All right. So this next build, I'm going to cut it off a little bit. So let me find it. It is here. It is here. So this next build was made by yeah, Lord SpiderCon 4829, and it is pretty much a. It's called shockingly slow. So
Ooh.
for the weapon of the build is going to be obviously the pinch whacker. You know, you gotta get that third. Yeah, it does electric on its third hit of a combo. I'm having like an aneurysm over here. Holy, but
It's okay. One thing at a time.
yeah. All right, and then the fiery shield just for the corrosion effect when you block. But
Yeah.
for the trinket is going to be Giddy Goop for the yeah, just for slow down your third hit, which works really well. With the let's see the pinch whacker. Oh my god, I had it up there. And for the armor, it is going to be the Broodmother helmet down the sleek path for poison and venom coating. The termite
Okay.
chest piece for yeah, the extra slowdown, and the fire ant leggings for the corrosion effect. And for mutations, it is going to be Parry Master to regenerate a little bit of stamina on block, Coup de
Yeah.
Grace for extra damage, Cardio Fan to regenerate stamina quicker, Corporate Kickback, and Shocking Dismissal.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, overall, I do gotta say this was a pretty fun build.
Oh, really?
Yeah, combined with, let's see, all the slowdown effects made a lot of enemies pretty much immobilized, especially the slower ones like the Black Ox Beetle.
Mm.
That and also the decent amount of stun you get for the AoE effect from the Pinch Whacker makes it really good.
Okay.
And also you just get that really good amount. Corporate Kickback really helps out with defense in a lot of builds just because once you block and get that, once Corporate Kickback procs, you're able to just instantly regenerate all your health.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
And then let's see, yeah, Shocking Dismissal. It works out really well just because it's similar to the Pinch Whacker AoE, to where once it triggers, it gives that extra, that little bit of stun and stagger damage.
Hmm.
which makes it really good, especially since, like I said, it was AoE. So if you're in a crowd, it works out really well there.
Okay.
And then let's see, yeah, the Fire Ant leggings and the Broodmother helmet just help with damage overall, and they're also a
Yeah.
little bit of extra defense. It's the Broodmother helmet, heavy armor, and the Fire Ant leggings are medium.
Interesting.
But yeah, overall, it was a pretty solid build. Everything worked really well together. A lot of perks, or yeah, a lot of the perks of the build I meant worked also well with each other. Yeah, Parry Master and yeah, Corporate Kickback and Shocking Dismissal all work extremely well together since they're all related to blocking.
Oh man. See, that's definitely a combination I never would have like came up with. I love that people like to try out different builds
Oh
to
yeah,
experiment. I mean, there's just so many things you can piece together. You don't have to go with full sets, and that's what's amazing about it. Because some of the full set bonuses aren't really that much of a perk or much of a bonus. Like the roly poly armor. I don't think that the set bonus is really all that much to talk about, other than the fact that you have a really tanky build. So I'm really happy with that. They didn't nerf any of the single like pieces of armor because I think overall it's what makes the game. Like you can experiment with different types of builds and you can piece things together to make sure that it fits your playstyle, which is really great about this
oh
game.
yeah. One thing that I do gotta say though is that the roly poly armor is kind of in a odd spot, especially with the Broodmother armor being heavy.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
definitely do agree with that.
it's kind of obsolete, if I would say, just because the Broodmother armor it just deals more like it's kind of just better because you get poison
Yeah,
and venom coating, which can apply from attacks or just getting hit in general. But
I definitely do agree with that for sure. It is
yeah, hopefully they do something with the roly poly armor in the future.
it would be really cool to see something like that. If anything, I would say the roly poly armor is still up there when it comes to one of the beginner like
Tier,
introducing like to tier 3
yeah, tier
armor.
three armors,
Uh
yeah.
yeah, it would be that and the fire ant set. I feel like
Oh yeah.
you find the right spot, you can take care of those fire ants no problem and get
Oh
the
yeah,
amount
no.
of materials
In the
to make the
fire.
full set.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the fire ant set is also another thing. Is that it's easy to get, but it's like an easy S tier armor. Just being able
Hmm.
to like deal more damage, and also the acid splash. I gotta say that the acid splash also helps with the raw damage. And
Hmm.
the thing is that pretty much nothing in the game is affected by it. Actually, yeah, nothing is. So you can just breeze through any enemy with this armor set and be totally fine with no, yeah, pretty much no repercussions besides defense a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And it definitely does come into play. Like it's super handy when you do get the full set or even like just one of the piece for the fire ant set, because like once you get that, you're pretty much like good to go for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah.
You can, as long as you get one piece out of it, like you can demolish enemies, which is what's really cool. And I feel like it wasn't until the infected broodmother that the fire ant set or the pieces of the fire ant set
Yeah, really
wasn't
started getting
really being
popular.
utilized.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's when it really started coming into play. So I thought that was like super interesting because I
Honestly,
like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
honestly, my bad there, but honestly, there was a lot of items and weapons in the game that were underutilized until the infected broodmother came out. Like the scimitar
Mm.
was one of them, and also like you said, the
Mhm.
fire ant armor.
Yeah.
I think there was also a I can't remember, but I think there was a few other things that might have been underutilized. Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, a thing that did kind of receive a drop in was the Club of the Mother Demon. There we go. I couldn't think for a second.
Oh,
Ever since
okay.
that update, it
Yeah.
kind of did get a drop because clubs in the infected brood mother boss fight aren't really like they're okay, but she has such a high stun resistance and is really quick that
She
they're pretty much
does.
not worth using.
No, no. I looked up the stun threshold for the infected broodmother. It is, I'm gonna say, damn near impossible to actually stun her. By the
Yeah,
time that she's in her third phase, it is it's ridiculous. So
yeah.
like, the first phase, like sure, her stun threshold is uh not so it's pretty high, but it seems possible to stun her. Unfortunately, because of her health, by the time that you've tried to build up the stun threshold, she's already pretty much done with the first phase, and then it's practically impossible for you to even, stun her even after that. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's not really a thing, so I don't recommend anybody trying to stun her. Besides, I found with bosses and even the Black Widow, even if you do somehow intentionally stun them, the stun like lasts for maybe like a second.
Oh yeah. Which is crazy because with the Sour Battle Axe in its buff, I was able to stun her multiple times, which was ridiculous. Even on her
Really?
third phase, like the buff for it's crazy.
Wow. Well,
But
I
yeah.
have yet to go against the infected broodmother with the sour battle axe. I think that would be a fun fight.
Oh yeah.
Probably take a little bit of patience. But I think with that being said, it would be a fun fight and see if I can actually stun her because her threshold is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
All right, yeah. Back to
let's
builds. We're kind of getting off
yeah,
topic
back to
here.
builds. We got to rant a little bit.
All right.
Um, the next build that we have to feature is going to be by Raul Mendez 245. This is a summoner build. It is a shredder. I
All
call it a
right.
shredder because the amount of summons that you are actually like summoning, it does so much damage. So for the armor set, we have the Broodmother mask, the Termite chestplate, and the Widow leggings. Now, I thought it was interesting using the termite chestplate, but in like when I was testing it against like 40 fire ants, 40 soldier fire ants, it was like um it was actually pretty noticeable when I was using the termite chestplate because I was actually able to slow a lot of them down. Uh, and then the amount of damage because you're going against like a huge crowd, you're not going to be able to parry every single hit. So the Broodmother mask came in top notch, and the Widow leggings also came in as well for like the few times I was able to parry. Um, so all of that with the Widow trinket, the Fire Ant Shield, and then for the perks we have Assassin, Natural Explorer, Mom Jeans, Mant, and the other one is optional. I do believe I end up just doing Buff Lungs. Usually is like my go-to if I
Oh
have an
yeah.
extra perk that I need to use. This one was a lot of fun. I will
Oh
talk
yeah.
about the third build in here in just a minute, but the reason why I am going to talk about this one pretty extensively is because it is my favorite build out of the three that I've picked. It is it goes to my playstyle. I love my playstyle. If
Oh
I'm
yeah.
able to go against an enemy and see like not four, not five, but 6 to 7 debuffs under their health bar, that makes me happy
Oh
because
yeah.
that just means that that just means that I'm just shredding through my enemies without a care in the world, and that is what makes me super happy about it. So in this clip, you're gonna see, not just the debuffs that's coming into play, but you're also gonna see, Mant after Mant after Mant after Spiderling after Widowling. I mean, it just never stops. There was probably a second of like buffer in between before I ended up summoning something else like right after. It was all of that with the Widow Dagger. It was like impossible for you to really like just they couldn't breathe when I was going against them. When I was going against them, they were like, "Oh, it was chaotic," and it just fed my chaotic energy, and I loved it.
Oh yeah. that does
Okay.
sound fun. Honestly, yeah. Summoner builds are yeah one of my favorite types of builds. But
Uh-huh.
moving on once again, I'm gonna cut it off, and I managed to get a third build right here. So
Sure.
let me find it real quick. And the thing is that it's really similar to the second build I did, which I now realizing. But this build was made by Eli the Lord. It is the unstable conductor build, and for the weapon, he said the prod smacker or the pinch whacker, but the pinch whacker he said was more preferred. The charm being the unstable uh, captivator, I think. No, is it? I think that's what
Fascinating.
it's called. Okay, yeah, I can't say it. But for the armor, it's going to be the Mask of the Mother Demon, and the chest plate, it's going to be the termite chest plate, and then the fire ant leggings. So pretty much just a carbon copy so far of the first build. Well, the second build I meant, not first build.
Uh-huh.
And then for the mutations, it is going to be Shocking Dismissal, Meat Shield,
Ooh.
Coup de Grace, Perry Master, and he did say the final mutation was up to you, but preferably he said Trapper Peeper.
Okay. I
So
can see
that's what I
that.
went with, and yeah, I kind of went with that as well because the Pinch Whacker does kind of struggle with damage a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, similar to the second build, it was pretty good. A lot of stuff it did synergize pretty well, except this one it is more damage wise because of the shield isn't there,
Yeah.
so you are able to go more offense instead of defense for
Okay.
this build. So even though they are kind of just carbon copies, that one difference, the difference is that this third one is more like leaning towards offense than defense.
Interesting. I like that. I like that type of build.
Because let's see, wish shocking dismissal similar to the second one. Once you block, well, chance to block, you'll be able to get that stun effect off. That and also with Coup de Grace Trapper Peeper, once you get a crit, it also really helps out with the damage of the prods, not the prod smacker, the pinch whacker I meant. As
Mhm.
me, the pinch whacker, it does a decent amount of damage, but not like a huge amount. So
Okay.
that's what that does make it a little bit better. And then obviously the Mask of the Mother Demon, the Termite chest
Mhm.
plate, and the let's see, the Fire Ant leggings all really help out with damage and slowing your enemy down. But
Yeah.
the trinket also really helps out the build because instead of slowing them down, it's based more stun because it randomly activates. It's similar to the pinch whacker to where it was first released, where instead of its guaranteed third hit to do the electric attack, it's any hit. It's just random chance.
Interesting. Huh.
So it's pretty much just a lightning build, pretty much.
Yeah, and I love the mutation shocking dismissal. It's like
Oh
one of
yeah.
my favorite mutations. I mean, I use that. I use that for almost every single one of my builds that I've used, and it it's just a fun build overall. Like it like if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
using shocking dismissal for an AoE attack, then I don't think you're like utilizing the mutations correctly, in my opinion.
But yeah. Overall, it was a pretty good build, especially with the
Okay.
small changes like the shield being removed and the trinket being replaced with the unstable captive. I can't say it correctly, but
I'm pretty sure it's capacitor.
capacitor.
I
There we
could be
go.
wrong. Yeah, it could
It
be a
could be
capacitor. I
capacitor,
said
but
capacitator. What is a
uh,
capacitator?
but yeah, even though like I said, it is similar to like a pretty much a carbon copy. The second one, it does have some pretty noticeable differences.
Yeah, no, for sure. That definitely does sound like a fun build.
Oh
I've
yeah.
been so happy. Um, so we tried a quite a bit of the builds, and then we had Jake, and he did a in-depth review of the builds that we sent him. So all of the builds that you're hearing from have definitely been tried, and they're tried and true. They're tried and true. So that's why we're bringing this to you guys. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about that build?
Oh no, I pretty much spoke what I needed to say for that.
Oh, awesome. On to my last build.
All
Now,
right.
this one's gonna be pretty similar to the first build, but it's an all-around DPS build, which is really fun. However, in my opinion, it's definitely more of a higher defense build, but you're still dealing quite a bit of damage. For the weapon of choice, we have the Sour Battle Axe. Now,
All
of
right.
course, with the newest update, the Sour Battle Axe is a favorite among a lot now.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's um without reason, like you just got to use it now. For the armor, we have the Broodmother mask, the Fire Ant chest, and the Widow leggings. Now, I've used a similar build to this, where I've just it just in different pieces of the armor, but I've used oh my gosh, Gimli,
Oh
stop.
no.
Can you see them? No, you can't see them.
I
Stop.
saw your cat for a second, but
I'm gonna throw something at you.
oh no.
Stop it.
Oh, there she
Yeah,
goes.
stop. Yep,
What is
yep.
she doing?
Gosh.
Oh,
Okay. Um. Yeah. So this build, in comparison to the first build, definitely has a lot more defense when it comes to like the armor in itself. So it felt like when I was going against a crowd of the soldier fire ants, I was able to actually heal maybe just once, going against like 30 to 40 of them. So that was definitely interesting. And considering with the newest update, our smoothies do heal us tremendously more. It
hmm.
is it felt like nothing, to be completely honest. Now for the perks, we have Chopper, Coup de Grace, Trapper Peeper, Mom Jeans, and Buff Lungs. I thought it was interesting that we end up using Mom Jeans, but it did add on to the poison effect on top of the Broodmother mask. So that was also it was an interesting switch. So Mom Jeans is definitely one of those mutations I don't normally use. At one point, when I was going against a Mantis, I had the Widow Trinket and Mom Jeans and the Mant and all of them because I love summoning. And at some point during the fight, the Widowlings and the Spiderlings decided to fight amongst each other. I
Oh.
caught it on camera. Oh yeah, I caught it on camera, and I was like, I don't think it's supposed to happen. But anyways, back to the build. This
All
build
right.
Yeah, this build by far was a lot of fun. By the way, I ranked the last build about a 9.3 and fun.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like for me that's my personal best. This one I have to rate it about a 9. It's going to be like a 9.2. It was really close. So the reason why I don't believe in a solid 10 is because there's always something that, we can always include, we can always improve on.
Oh
And
yeah.
until we see uh, more builds,
Because
hopefully
that's the
more
thing.
updates. Yeah,
Right now, no build's perfect. All right, you're always gonna have a defect
yeah,
in your build, whether it's defense, offense, whatever. But yeah, there's
yeah.
always gonna be like a slight defect in your build that prevents it from being perfect.
This is absolutely true. And I do believe if there is a favorite build all around, I would have to mention the first build that I mentioned, the crowd killer build. Now, I think the reason why it's going to be a favorite among a lot of people is because of the fact that you can heal on top of being dealt damage.
Mm.
So that with the Sour Battle Axe, which is now a newfound favorite, it is going to be quite an unstoppable build. So you're gonna talk about, if you need to do, if you haven't done the mixers in the beginning as the game progressed, then you can do the mixers at the end of the game. You can do those no problem. You want to do the Java-matic, you can do those no problem. And don't even mention about the waft emitter,
Oh
like
yeah.
doing the waves upon waves of whatever you're trying to farm definitely comes in handy. So that one, in my opinion, might be the new crowd favorite build, just because of the perks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sour Battle Axe is fun. The fact you can stun and stun and stun on top of it is just
Oh yeah,
crazy,
and the
man.
insane amount of damage it does is crazy as well, especially when
Yeah.
you activate Chopper with it. Oh my god, it does so
Oh, for
much.
sure. It
But
definitely
yeah,
definitely is.
back to
But
but yeah, before we end this, back to what you were saying earlier, the Whittlings and Spiderlings were together, were
uh-huh.
attacking each other. I think I may have deleted it, but I think I did have a clip to where this is when the Wasp Queen first released. I
Hmm.
was using a summoner build. Actually, yeah, no, it's a video on my channel. I still have it. It's still on my channel. It's yeah, first using a summoner build, and upon using it, since the Wasp Queen was in the air, and the
Yeah.
Whittlings proc, they're floating in the air. Like they're acting like, well, yeah, it was acting like it was on the ground, but like they were just floating in the air and attacking the Wasp Queen like
Oh my
normally,
gosh.
which is
That's crazy.
yeah, it was kind of odd, but it was certainly something
Yeah.
I definitely wish I didn't miss.
Yeah, no, I love grounded bugs. I really do. They're
Oh
just like
yeah,
the most fun things. Like remember in the beginning of the game when it was still in beta, there were so many bugs like
oh yeah. Some of them were annoying, but some of them were pretty funny. But
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's some that still kind of stick around, but I think it's more so as like nostalgia at this point.
oh yeah,
Um yeah, the bug where you get caught in the grass and you get
oh yeah.
flown like halfway across the map. Yeah, that
That one's
that
either
one. That one.
that one's either super funny or super annoying. It's funny when you
Yeah,
get launched in the air and don't die, but it's annoying when you get launched and do die.
for sure. Yeah, this is my biggest fear in my One Life series.
Oh
My
yeah.
biggest fear.
Honestly,
Anyways,
I would just say yeah, if you die by that, just not count it because it's kind of just unfair.
yeah. Okay. Well, I
But
think we have said all that needs to be said.
yep,
Uh, Super fun episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you
yep,
leave it a like. Subscribe to both of us, definitely. And if you want to see more builds such as guides, tutorials, I do have a Let's Play series, multiple of them. If you want to check those out as well. Curious, are you gonna do any Let's Play series?
uh, yeah, I probably will soon. I probably do need to get my setup set out, and then yeah, I will
Yeah,
probably. But
definitely
anyways,
invest. Yeah.
that was the second episode of our Grounded Talk. If you all enjoyed it, then leaving a like and subscribe, as it would help both of us out a lot. And we'll see you all in the next Grounded Talks. So, bye!
Bye.